Okay, I decided to make a video of me making, it's like a Fender preamp. It's just a 5-watt power amp, all tube, and I don't have a shear, so I got to cut the case or the chassis with a saw, and I got to bend it on the vise. So far I've got 2 bends done. Turned out pretty good so far. And that's about it. Well, here's the case after I got done cutting it down, bending it, grinding it. Turned out pretty good. Looks pretty smooth. Anyways, now on to the next step. Okay, here's the chassis after I got the holes drilled out and everything. Now it's time to paint it and then mount the transformers and circuit board and pots and everything else. Okay, I've painted the case. I gotta let that sucker dry. Okay, I've got everything soldered in. And it's time to check the voltage before you put the tubes in. Make sure all your voltage is right. All that. Anyways, here's what it looks like. Let's flip it over. And let's check the voltages. Okay, a few things you gotta remember. You know, there's extremely high voltage in here. Some amps go 500-600 volts. This one's about 300. Let's see what we got here. Turn on the power. Pilot lights on. Check our 6-volt here. It's our heater wires. Yeah, let's put on AC, that might help. So we've got 7 volts. About 3.5 to ground. Voltage always drops as soon as you put the tubes in and everything. The green are the 6 volt. Here's the high voltage right here. Go through the diodes and rectifies it DC. So we've got 435, 218, 218. Good. Let's check our B+ voltages. You always check with the tubes out first in case there's something wrong. It's rectified, so now we got to go to DC. 304, 304, 304, 303. And after you put the tubes in, the voltage is going to drop. Okay, I've checked the voltages with the tubes in, everything's fine. You never turn the tube amp on without a speaker hooked up or some kind of resistor, a dummy load. It's really bad for it. And let's see if we get sound. Sound. slap it in the cabinet and check it out. Okay, here's my latest amp. I took a old Fender Frontman and gutted it. Put a Fender, basically it's a 5-watt single-ended tube amp. I used a Fender preamp and a Fender tone stack and 8-inch speaker. And let's see here. Tube's already on. And now it's time to do some audio samples. And that's about it. This amp has 0 distortion. As loud as I can turn it, it basically does not distort except for the speaker about wanting to blow up.